बिहारी जय राधा माधवा। गोपी जनवल्लभा गिरिवरधारी। गोपी यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन। यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन। यमुना तीरावनचारी। जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम राम। Hare Krishna कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Radha Madan Mohan, Radha Madan Mohan, Radha Madan Mohan, Shri Radhe जय सुदर्शना। जय गौरंग जय हरिताय गौरंग, निताय गौरंग जय हरिताय गौरंग। Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Ram Ram Hare Hare. कलियुग पावन हरिनाम संकीर्तन की श्रीला प्रभुपाद की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी वाशाच्य देशतारिणे नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्यनाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। हे कृष्णकरुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्तराधा कान्त नमोऽस्तुते। तप्तकाञ्चन गौरांगी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। This is a very famous verse we will recite from the Kuleshekara Mukundamala Stotra. व्यामोह प्रशमौषधं मुनिमनोवृत्ति प्रवृत्त्यौषधं दैत्येन्द्रार्तिकरौषधं त्रिभुवने सञ्जीवनैकौषधम् Bhaktatyantahitaushadam bhavavaya pradvamsanaikaushadam Shreyah praptikaraushadham pivamana Shri Krishna divyaushadham Vyamoha prashamaushadham munimano vritti pravrityaushadham Daityendrartikaraushadham tribhuvane sanjeevanaikaushadham Bhaktatyantahitaushadam bhavavaya pradvamsanaikaushadham
Shreya praptikaraushadam pibamana Shri Krishna divyaushadham
Shreya praptikaraushadham pivamana Shri Krishna divyaushadham
Vyamoha prashamaushadam munimano vritti pravrityaushadam
Vyamoha prashamaushadham munimano vritti pravrityaushadham
Tendencies tribhuvane sanjeevani kaushadam
Daityendrartikaraushadham tribhuvane sanjeevanaikaushadham
Atyantahitaushadam bhavavaya pradvamsanaikaushadam
Bhaktatyantahitaushadam bhavavaya pradvamsanaikaushadham
Shreya praptikaraushadam pibamana Shri Krishna divyaushadam
Shreya praptikaraushadam pivamana Shri Krishna divyaushadham Synonyms. Vyamoha, utter bewilderment. Prashama, for subduing. Aushadham, the herbal medicine. Muni, of sages. Munaha, manaha, of the minds. Vritti, the functioning. Pravritti, which initiates. Aushadham, the medicine. Daitya, of the demoniac descendants of Diti. Indra, for the leaders. Arti, distress. Kara, which causes. Aushadham, the medicine. Tribhuvane, within the three worlds. Sanjeevana, for bringing the dead back to life. Eka, the only. Aushadham, medicine. Bhakta, of the Lord's devotees. Atyanta, absolute. Hita, for benefit. Aushadham, the medicine. Bhava, of material existence. Bhaya, fear. Pradvamsana, for destroying. Eka, the only. Aushadham, medicine. Shreyaha, of supreme good. Prapti, attainment. Kara, which affects. Aushadham, the medicine. Piba, just drink. Manaha, O mind. Sri Krishna, of Lord Sri Krishna. Divya, transcendental. Aushadham, the medicinal herb. Translation purport by the disciples of Srila Prabhupada ki. O mind, please drink the transcendental medicine of Sri Krishna's glories. It is the perfect medicine for curing the disease of bewilderment, for inspiring sages to engage their minds in meditation, and for tormenting the mighty Daitya demons. It alone is the medicine for restoring the three worlds to life and for bestowing unlimited blessings of the Supreme Lord's devotees. Indeed, it is the only medicine that can destroy one's fear of material existence and lead one to the attainment of the Supreme Good. You can repeat this, very important. Oh mind, please drink the transcendental medicine of Krishna's glories. It is a perfect medicine for curing the disease of bewilderment, for inspiring sages to engage their minds in meditation, and for tormenting the mighty Daitya demons. It alone is the medicine for restoring the three worlds to life, and for bestowing unlimited blessings on Supreme Lord's devotees. Indeed, it is the only medicine that can destroy one's fear of material existence and lead one to the attainment of the supreme good. You can read the purport, please.
Notes.
Mike is coming.
Mani, mantra, and aushadha, jewels, mantras, and medicine are often grouped together by Vedic philosophers as examples of things in this world that have achintya shakti, inconceivable energy. Since the Supreme Personality of Godhead and his energies are inconceivable, it is understandable why the poets and philosophers compare him to jewels and medicine and praise the wonderful powers of mantras composed of his names.
This is something we all tend to forget in our life, that many times ISKCON devotees, they talk about prasad, they talk about darshan, they talk about relationships, friendships and everything. But the most important thing they tend to forget is that you are a carrier of mantra given by the Acharya. There is one verse which says, Acharyavan Purusho Veda. That means if one is a carrier of Acharya in one's heart, then he can know the Supreme Lord. Acharyavan Purusho Veda, it is said. It's like Bhagavan means one who carries opulences. Similarly, Acharyavan means one who carries Acharya in his heart. So if you're carrying Srila Prabhupada in your heart, who is the founder of ISKCON always, and carrying in the heart means anything you will do, you will ask, will this please Prabhupada? Should I do this or not? Will Prabhupada like us to be speaking this or saying this or doing this? So that means you always, like a true north aligns with northern pole. Like that you always align with Acharya. Then you are a carrier of Acharya in your heart. Like Guru Sadhu Shastra, you are aligned with it. Similarly, you are also gifted with the mantra, which is not ordinary mantra. Three things he says, mantra, mani and aushadhi. These three things have a very powerful effect in the body. For example, when you go to some doctor, he gives you some yellow pill, blue pill, green pill, you don't know what it is. You just put it and then viral fever goes away, correct? No? After 3 days, it's gone. You know that. So you have experience of that. Medicine, similarly, medicine cures the illness and removes the pain from your body. Similarly, you got a wound in the knee, you apply some ointment and the next day it dries up. So that means my medicines have an effect, beneficial effect they have. Same manner, money also. There are certain monies, astrologers will say that, this particular money, if it is worn in the, finger as a ring or as in the neck or something like that, because the graha doshas that come on the living entities, and they are offset by certain monies. Of course, ISKCON devotees, we don't go for that because we depend on the Lord who is above the Navagrahas. Isn't it? We have direct connection with the Lord. We don't go for if you go to Navagrahas for help, then that is a kind of shortfall in your full Shraddha on Krishna. So we don't go to any demigods. Even for solving material problems, we go to whom? Krishna only. Like Dhruva wanted a kingdom better than Brahma. Whom did he go to? Kardama wanted a wife. Whom did he go to? He went, and then Lord Vishnu said, 3rd day from today, Devhuti, will come with her mother and father, Swayambhu Manu and Shatarupa, and she will be wedded to you. So even the Supreme Lord made matchmaking also for Kardamani. So the devotees don't depend on anybody other than Supreme Lord. Sudama's wife wanted her husband to approach Krishna for some wealth, and Sudama definitely went to Krishna but didn't even seek it. Without seeking, the Lord awarded him. Eradicated his poverty in no time. In no time, he became billionaire, beggar to billionaire, from rags to riches. Correct, no? So devotee has full faith. If Krishna wants me to be billionaire, then I'll be billionaire. If Krishna wants to be a beggar, I'll be beggar. He knows what is best for me. That is devotee's full confidence. Nevertheless, it is a fact that money and aushadhi all have their effect. Similarly, mantra also. Let us see in your life how the mantra has made a miracle in your life. For example, prior to coming to Krishna consciousness, all of us have had many bad habits, knowingly, unknowingly. Like, some of us might have seen one movie 10 times also, correct? No? Some movies, a favorite hero is acting, same movie you watch over and over again, correct? No? Now, how many of you have not seen any such going to movie for last 3 years? You have not been? No movies at all, isn't it? Just see, this is one siddhi you got now. Not watching movies siddhi now. While boys of your age group are watching so many Netflix movies every day, 3, 4 they may be watching. So you're able to say no to it. Same with, there are so many boys in Andhra Pradesh, almost 98% people eat meat, I heard. Huh? According to the survey, isn't it? But none of our boys, what to speak of touching meat, they won't even touch, that is not prasad. Is it not true? Is it not ordinary thing? Those who are eating cow flesh, now they won't even touch onion garlic. Those who are, drinking liquor, now they are drinking pure A2 cow's milk. Isn't it? Not a power. And the power came from where? From the chanting. Because the hippies, they didn't even know who Krishna is. But they chanted Hare Krishna. And then you saw the change which came. Correct? No? In our life also, if you have any willpower to say no to unwanted things, that willpower is given and increased by the chanting of the holy name. More and more and more. So, but if you lack willpower, then it's likely that the power is not lacking in the holy name. The power is lacking due to our carelessness in chanting the holy name. Just take, for example, you may be connecting yourself to a very good college, IIT or IIM, and there are many other reputed universities. You may join. But if you don't study, you can't blame the institute, correct? No? Can you blame the institute? Oh, the IIMs are bad, IIT is bad. Why? Because I couldn't crack it. I couldn't get good marks or something. Similarly, the holy name is very, very potent and powerful. Those who have faithfully chanted, inoffensively chanted, attentively chanted, they have seen many, many innumerable benefits. That's what he's saying. It has a, Prabhupada said, if you just sit down in one place and chant 16 rounds at a stretch, Prabhupada says in one letter that you will get mantra siddhi, he says. Mantra siddhi means you become very, very magnetic and powerful. You magnet attracts the iron filing. Similarly, you attract auspiciousness towards yourself when you chant very, very powerfully. You will see that there are many, many Maharajas, sannyasis, devotees, gurus, many, many, even senior grihasthas also, who are very, very good chanters. When they chant very nicely, Krishna sends them everything. Somebody comes and says, I want to give you a land. Somebody comes and says, I want to give you a donation. Somebody comes and gives a car. Somebody comes and says, I am architect, I want a free architectural plan for your temple I want to make, And somebody says, please leave the construction to me. I will do like that. And somebody will come and say that, I will take lead in book distribution department. I will take, and I will arrange this for you, I will arrange that for you. And many times the devotee will see that things are all just happening in front of the devotee's eyes as if it's a magic happening. And the devotee wonders, I didn't even start making effort also. Effortlessly things are happening because the chanting of the holy name is like a magnet. It inspires the people around to help a devotee. They feel some sympathy for the devotee. They want to help the. On the other hand, I have also seen those people who don't pay attention to the morning program, chanting and all. They are very weak-minded spiritually, and they have to do a lot of hard work and trying to materially influence people with their skill sets and with their degrees. And they will, many times you will see that when they go to people, they try to wag their tail and pamper them and this and that, somehow or other, to get things done from them. Correct? No? That is because when you lack spiritually, then you have to materially compensate for it. And when you spiritually, you chant very nicely and take shelter of the Lord very deeply, then everything falls in place. When Srila Prabhupada went to America, how everything was arranged so powerfully, miraculously. The hippies were already waiting for Prabhupada there in the Bowery. And they were the toughest audience in one sense to award them spiritual life, isn't it? Because they were into all kinds of bad habits and everything. So Prabhupada was. Therefore, he says, oh Lord Krishna, why have you brought me here? I think you have some plan. Otherwise, why did you bring me here? And here I am seeing the city never sleeps. People are all busy running here and there. Whole country is in mode of passion. How are they going to sit down and hear the Srimad Bhagavatam message? How am I going to transmit this to them. I cannot transform them, but your message can transform them. As the Prabhupada writes, if you want to make me dance, make me dance. I am like a Kachtera Putaliyata, Nachavo Semate, Nachavo Prabhu, Nachavo Semate, make me dance the way you want. So Prabhupada became an instrument and he chanted the holy name in the park, and that holy name that was uttered by a pure devotee, that attracted many, many auspicious things towards them. People came, they got cleansed of their bad habits, they got him a storefront, they gave him an accommodation, and somebody came and said, I will do drawing for your books. Somebody said, I'll print books for you. Somebody said, I'll edit your books. Somebody said, I'll make chariots for your movement. Somebody said, I'll make an altar for you. And Nugget Manor was gifted by George Harrison to Prabhupada. That became Bhaktivedanta Manor. So everything fell in place. One after another. Prabhupada went to Fisher's mansion and saw up, down, everything. He developed a desire to buy this for Krishna. Immediately Krishna arranged for the money. Lekashwanti Mataji was there and Ambarish Prabhu was there. They both put money. And immediately Prabhupada said, see, I entered the building with empty hand, I came out with empty hand, and the building has become Krishna's now. So everything was cut happening. And then he sent 3 couples to London, and then they preached and made the preaching there. And one boy, Ananda Shakti Prabhu, who was the first boy Prabhupada met, Narayan and this fellow, both of them. He preached him 1.5 days in Russia and came back, and Prabhupada said he is the seed of propagation of Krishna consciousness in the Russian world. And that happened also. So you will see that whenever boys come to our program also, we should know that these are sent by Krishna. I am chanting the holy name, I am begging Krishna to send good people so that I can cultivate. Then Krishna will send people. And if we are corrupt, if we become corrupt, or if we become careless and inattentive and offensive, and if we become arrogant, and if we become proud, if we become lusty or greedy, if we become materially influenced, then Krishna will take away everything. Like it happened with Indra. Krishna really, made Indra, so miserable. Indra had to cut a sorry figure, correct? No? After the Govardhan lifting of the Lord. So, of course, Lord allowed him to continue in his post because he was reformed by that time. Otherwise, many asuras in this world, owing to, they got powers and they misused the powers, and then the powers were taken away, correct? No? Therefore, the chanting of the mantra has a tremendous power, just like the medicine and other things. In this world, generally you will see that even though a person has a job, still he has fear of the future. I may be laid off from the job, there is a fear. Or somebody has been in a job for many, many years, has saved money, still he is not satisfied, even with 1 CR, 2 CR he has saved in the bank. He feels my brothers have 5 CR. I only have 2 CR. He is thinking like that. There's always a fear of survival in this world, and a fear of progress, whether I'll be able to progress or not, fear of ridicule, fear of humiliation by relatives and friends circle. What will people say about me and things like that. But when one becomes a devotee, one can shave one's head and wear a simple sadhu dress and walk in the street without fearing of any ridicule. So where does that fearlessness come? When you chant the holy name, the Lord will award fearlessness. And also, there are many people, I know crorepathies in the West, who are lamenting because within their home there is misunderstanding, there is quarrel, they are dissatisfied, they are getting into depression, eating tablets and everything. The richest of the people. But you can see that the devotee of the Lord has no money in the pocket but is blissfully situated. So 2 things are awarded by Krishna when we chant the holy name nicely. Ashokan, Abhayan, he says. Lord gives Abhaya. Abhaya means fearlessness. Ashokan, no lamentation. No fear, no lamentation. These are the graces of the Lord. Prabhupada says in one purport. Eme swadharma nirataha tapasas samadhi. That's one verse. It begins like this. Eme swadharma nirataha. If you put, you will get, in that purport, you will get this. What are the graces of the Lord? Prabhupada is asking. And then he's saying, Ashokan, Abhayan. The devotee is never lamenting that, I don't have this or I don't have that. Once devotees in America, in the early days, books were distributed. Actually, they would print books at, say, $20 and they would distribute at, $15. They were distributing at lesser price so that people will buy. So whole month they were distributing like that, and they ran on a loss because devotees are sometimes not very smart materially. They printed books, sold in less money, so they had no money to pay the rent. They're wondering, how are we going to pay the rent? We'll be thrown out. Tomorrow is first. A month is ending now, they were thinking. And as they were coming to temple, suddenly they found some 4, 5, some $100 notes flying in the air. They picked up. They picked up exactly. It was a rent, and they paid. And they said, "See, we were distributing Krishna's books, and Krishna sent us the dollars. How Krishna sent? It's a miracle." So in this way, Krishna, how he will arrange for the devotees, facilities, everything. It's very, very. Nobody can understand. Like one Prabhupada disciple, Malati Machadi, she was telling that as Krishna sees the intention of the devotee by standing in the heart of the devotee, like that he can adjust the material energy in such a way that material energy will become favorable to devotee. Otherwise, the material energy is very unfavorable to a conditioned soul, correct? No? It gives so many kicks and slaps and whips and everything. But the same material energy, when she, because she is Krishna Dasi, right now. So when a devotee becomes sincere, and the material energy thinks, oh, let me assist Krishna's devotee, and then she adjusts everything accordingly. I can read that. Aside from jewels, read that.
Aside from jewels, mantras, and medicine, every living being in the creation possesses Achintya Shakti to some degree. Although human beings often consider themselves the most powerful of all God's creatures, many lowly creatures possess abilities far beyond those of human beings. For example, growing grass endures trampling and stays out all night in freezing weather without a protest.
Amazing, no? Like we have to wear sweater, we have to cover our head with a cap, and so many things like that. And there are so many grasses beneath that. Correct, no? It means it endures, you know, an icy situation, -20, -30 degrees centigrade. Correct, no? It's able to withstand that cold, rain. After that, there's summer season. Like, none of us would want to go to the rooftop when the sun is at the top of the sky in that noon time. Little bit body gets burned, we come down, isn't it? But you can see the grass is standing in both situations. He's saying that means such power is given by God to them. Yeah.
A human being is not so tolerant. Frogs possess an inconceivable ability to maintain their lives even while buried under the earth. Hummingbirds and insects are flying machines so sophisticated that they can outmaneuver aeroplanes in many ways.
Now there are birds which fly from one pole to another pole, correct? No? They glide practically long distances. They don't even halt in between also, many of them. They can go from one pole to another pole. Yeah.
Although scientists tend to think of their work as demystifying the secrets of the universe, they admit that nature at its most basic level remains inconceivable.
Yeah, even at its most basic level, the nature remains inconceivable. And when Prabhupada is talking about the Achintya Shakti, you can read this. Let's look more. We'll read on it.
Presence of Achintya Shakti in both the smallest and the greatest aspects of the universe should lead us to ask, who is the source of this inconceivable energy? That source is described in the Brahma Samhita as the Achintya Rupa, or inconceivable form of Lord Govinda, the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Yeah, so Prabhupada explains about the Achintya Shakti in one chapter in Life Comes From Life, you will read. See, if you take a needle and a bird, if you leave both of them, the needle will come down, bird will fly up. But the bird is heavy, isn't it? But still the bird is able to fly. And such a light needle also comes down. You will see, but what makes the bird fly? Because human beings cannot fly. If we have to fly, we need a machine, like aeroplane or rocket or something. But a bird has to fly. It has inbuilt, that Shakti is given in the body. So Prabhupada says the Atma has many, many Achintya Shaktis, one of which is the ability to fly. Whereas in the human body, that ability is muted. In the bird's body, it is unmuted, so they can fly. Similarly, the ability to create milk from one's own body in the mammals, that is unmuted. They can create like a woman or a cow. When a child is born, they can produce milk. A man cannot produce milk. Human's body has the ability to produce milk. But the ability to produce milk is there in the soul. In some bodies it is muted, some bodies it is unmuted. That kind of, in the same manner, converting grass into milk. Like you put grass in the top, bring milk at the bottom. You cannot do that. But in the cow's body, we can see that cow eats simple grass and produces milk. So in this way, Prabhupada explains in the Achintya Shakti that there are many abilities. There is a fish which has a torchlight on his head. When it is going in the water in the night, it can put on the torchlight. If we want a light in the night, we have to carry external torchlight. Correct, no? Whereas this fish has to just switch on, that's all. Long distance, it can give him light to know where in which direction it's going. Similarly, see the dolphin, it can close one eye and sleep. The other eyes, it can be safeguarding itself from dangers. Later on, with this eye, he can sleep and take care of enemies with the other eye. Any of you want to try that? Imagine if we can do, all IT fellows start working in the night. And then they will work like, they can earn double the money they can earn. With one eye do the job and other eye do the job, whole night and day can work and double the money. Instead of 2 lakh per month, you can take 4 lakh per month. Correct now? So this is our dolphins. That's Achintya Shakti. We cannot do that. But they have the ability to do that. There are many like that. You may be knowing about the bat, which flies, it releases ultrasonic signals. Therefore it never hits the wall. It will go zoom as if it's going to hit the wall and die. But when it goes near, it will take off and go. You've seen that? Because it has that ability. Similarly, a bird which leaves the nest and goes. See, imagine if a bird came from Talegaon. It came to Pune and picked up so many things. How can the bird again exactly go back to Talegaon? And like we all have our address, we have our GPS, we have Google Maps, correct, no? But how can a bird or a cat or how can they do that? Because in their head, God has given them a map. This is Achintya, inconceivable power to exactly know the location and return back to their home safely. The same nest also. Chanakya also says in one shloka, if there are 1,000 cows, you separate a calf from the cow's mother, from the mother cow, and take the calf here and there for eating something, and then you bring it back and leave it somewhere else. The calf can go and exactly trace the mother. It's very amazing, no? He says in one shloka, he says that. So it can, amongst the 1,000 cows, it can know exactly which is my mother. And sometimes we look at the Gir guy, all cows look similar. Correct, no? We cannot distinguish. Sometimes cow Gwala tells the name. The name of this cow is this, that cow is that. For you, everything looks same. Isn't it? It's able to find out. So in this way, there are many, many inconceivable potencies. And then all of them are coming from the Supreme Lord, who is the ocean of potencies. Nivritta darshair upagiyamanat bhavaushadhat shrotra manobhiramat kavuttama shloka gunanuvadat puman virajyeta vinapashughnat. The very, very important verse in Bhagavatam. Nivritta darshair upagiyamanat. When a devotee purified of all material leanings, glorifies the Supreme Lord. Bhava Aushadat, that becomes the medicine for the samsara of the soul. The soul is suffering from one particular disease called as Bhava Rog. Bhava Rog means the tendency to repeat the birth and death. That is the Bhava Rog. And how do we repeat the birth and death? Because when we die, leaving one body, we carry impressions which cause the next body. In our mind, like Krishna says, Vayu Gandha Nivashayat, he says, no? Like a wind carries, air. A wind carries the fragrance. Like that we carry karma vasanas, like Shubha and Ashubha karma vasanas, or Punya and Pap karma vasanas. So that karma vasanas are causing us second body, third body, fourth body, fifth body. That's called the Bhava Aushadhi. Bhava. That's called as Bhava. And the Aushadhi for that Bhava is Katha spoken by a pure devotee. He says, Nivritta Darshai Upagiyamana. That acts as a medicine for that disease of repetitive birth and death. See, these are all very subtle things because we can understand a disease of this body because we have seen it. Correct, no? I got a wound in the knee, it's paining now. Today morning I went take bath. Or washing the feet, forgetfully opened the hot water tap. It came, you jumped up immediately. Now the pain is still there. So we know, because we feel the pain, we know what a disease is, what suffering is. Correct, no? So, but it is difficult for us to see that birth and death is suffering. I mean, repeated birth is a bigger disease than having one body and suffering some disease within that body. So, if you read the Nectar of Devotion, there it is said that the first installment of your karma is given as a prarabdha karma is your material body. And the second installment is the diseases that are superimposed over the material body. Because first you have to be given a body, then you can be given a toothache, or then you can be given a backache, or then you can be given a knee ache. Correct? No? Then you can be given some liver problem or kidney problem or something. If you don't have a body, only how to give suffering? So it's given in two installments. First you take the body and then take suffering. Both are given like that. First installment of prarabdha karma, then the second installment of prarabdha karma. So an intelligent person should know how to get rid of getting that first installment only. What is that?
Body.
You don't accept the material body only, then you don't get any suffering. Therefore, Prabhupada says, those who are intelligent in the Vedic life, they make a program for quitting the material world and going back to Godhead. Then Prabhupada says, no more material world, no more material body, no more miseries. Repeat.
More material body, no more.
See, very easy to remember. No more material world, no more material body, no more misery. Correct, no? In the material world, you have a material body, and in the material body, you are given misery. So all the three will be gone if you take to Krishna consciousness chanting very seriously. That is how it acts as a Baba Ushadhi, he says. Go ahead.
Although we may have tried to give up vices before encountering Krishna consciousness, we could not do so for long. But as soon as we began serving Krishna in the pure duty and chanting the Lord's holy names, the impossible was easily accomplished.
Yeah.
The inconceivable energy that brings about these changes is called Krishna Shakti.
Yeah.
By the grace of the Supreme Lord, a pure devotee possesses this Krishna Shakti, and when he chants the holy names or speaks about Krishna, the potent sound enters the consciousness of the receptive hearer and purifies him. By contrast, when a non devotee speaks of Krishna or chants his names, the effect on the hearer is not purifying but poisonous. Only one who is directly empowered by the Supreme Lord can spread Krishna consciousness through Krishna Shakti. Thus, only from the pure devotees can we gain the jewel, mantra, or medicine of devotional service, from which we can derive the inconceivable benefits of love of God.
Yeah. Avaishvamugodgiranam bhutam harikatamritam shravanam naiva kartavyam sarpochistayata payah. Sanatana Swami says this. He says that one should not hear from a Vaishnava, he says. Who is a Vaishnava? One who does not believe in the form of God. He thinks God is like a stone or like impersonal or is like a nirvana or something, whether he's thinking. So one should not hear from such people. Or one is an offender, one who thinks Rama and Krishna have bodies like you and me. They also are born, they also perish. Those who think like that, they're all Mayavadis. Mayavadi, Krishna Paradi, we say, no? We don't hear from them. So we should only hear from a pure devotee, he says. Now, amongst the devotees also, there are Prakrita Bhaktas. Prakrita Bhakta means materialistic devotee. Who is a materialistic devotee? He is a very young devotee in Krishna consciousness and he still has a lot of material inclinations. He likes to criticize about devotees. He thinks, I am a great devotee, he thinks. He doesn't understand the value of devotees. He also is having a leaning for material enjoyment also. He will chant Hare Krishna also, and along with it, he also wants to enjoy material life also, both. It's a Prakrita Bhakta, we call it. He's a Kanishta and is not very mature. He has many material ambitions and aspirations. And for him, devotion service, he doesn't take it as his life and soul. He does devotion service, but many other things also he is inclined to. So, therefore, such Prakrita Bhaktas, they can also preach, but their preaching will have very little effect. How do you know that? Because the transforming effect of devotional service is made possible by very advanced devotees like Srila Prabhupada's preaching. It transformed the whole world in a very short time. In 10, 12 years, the impact he made in the world. Similarly, think about Madhvacharya, think about Ramanacharya, think about Shankaracharya, think about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Even in the short span of time, they had a powerful influence, correct? No? Because of being Uttama Bhakta, Uttama Adhikaris. So that doesn't mean that we should not preach. Shastras say that you preach to the best of your ability. Just like different birds can fly to different heights. There is one verse which says that in the Bhagavatam. So you fly to as much height as you can in glorifying the Supreme Lord. So there is one verse in Bhagavatam which says, Nantam gunanam agunasya jagnur yogeshwaraye bhavapadma mukhya. He says that Even Brahma, Shiva, and Ananta, they find difficulty in speaking all the qualities of Supreme Lord. When they start speaking, it becomes endless practically, he says. Ananta Shesha with thousands of hoods is constantly glorifying. He started in the dawn of creation and still is going on. It's unending, so many glories. So we may not be able to glorify so much. There are many people who do prajalpa. You tell them that, please tell me about Krishna, their mouth will become shut. They'll adopt Manuvrat. They will not be able to say one word. That's the example of a person who is materialistic. Materialistic person can talk about cinema actors and actresses and sports people. He can talk about politicians. He can talk about the good policies, bad policies of the country. He can talk so many things. You tell him, please tell me something about Krishna. He'll say, sorry, not now. Maybe tomorrow. He'll go away. So therefore, don't waste your time with materialistic people. Nor should we hear from Prakrita Bhaktas who are not properly situated in bhakti also. They are doing bhakti, but they are not purely, sincerely, seriously practicing. They are mixing sense gratification with Krishna consciousness. So therefore, we should not remain in Prakrita stage. We should try to go from Prakrita stage to then Madhyama stage and Uttama stage. Keep intensifying and purifying, and the more we become purer, we become tighter our relationship with Krishna. Holier our relationship with devotees and Krishna also. Then the taste of Krishna consciousness will also increase tremendously. So with all those things, then the Krishna Shakti manifests. See, Krishna Shakti, how is it like? Manifesting in a devotee. There is one famous verse, no? Krishna Shakti vina nahi tara pravartan. Without Krishna Shakti, one cannot powerfully preach and touch and transform the lives of people. It is, so how do we get this Krishna Shakti? It is not something that you generate yourself. By your sincerity, the Lord is pleased. Then the Lord awards the devotee with that Shakti, just like the Lord awarded Hanuman with some Shakti, Arjuna with some Shakti, correct? No? So Lord awards somebody pleased with the devotee's sincerity. Like one devotee was telling how, when you chase after a butterfly, butterfly goes away, very difficult. Isn't it? Butterfly flies off. That's why it's called fly. Butterfly. It just keeps flying. You go behind. Many of my have tried catching a butterfly, correct? No? Sometimes half an hour you are trying, it doesn't come in the hand. And finally it will go away out of the window. But then you make a beautiful garden with very nice, fragrant, attractive flowers. Then not just one butterfly, many butterflies will come and sit. You've seen that, right? Similarly, we have to make our heart like a garden full of roses. Then Lord is attracted. You make your devotion, same thing what Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, you serve the Lord in such a way that He wants to see you, rather than you try to see the Lord, he says. So in this way, Krishna Shakti is awarded as our resistance to devotional service reduces. It's a electrical engineering principle, correct? No? When resistance reduces, electricity flow increases or reduces? Increases. Ohm, we say, no? Isn't it? Yeah. If it is 100 ohm, no electricity. Then it is 90 ohm. Then 10% it can pass. If it is only 5 ohm, then 95% can pass, isn't it? Correct, no? So we have to reduce the resistance. And so Prahlad Maharaj is like superconductor. All mercy was flowing through him. And Hiranyakashipu was super resistant. 100% resistant. He didn't allow any mercy to flow through him. Isn't it? They were diametrically opposite, you can see that. So we have to go from Hiranyakashipu mindset to Prahlad mindset. So gradually increase the mercy flowing through us. It is said when Raghunath Das came to Vrindavan, Rup Sanatan were there, correct, no? And at that time, Raghunath Das was so saddened by loss of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu because he had associated with Raghunath Das, had a personal opportunity to associate with Lord Chaitanya, correct, no? When he was in Jagannath Puri, daily he would see him and he saw his pastimes. Therefore, later on, he spoke those pastimes which are recorded in CC by Kaviraj Goswami. Kaviraj Goswami noted everything down. Therefore, we are all able to reach Chaitanya Lila now nicely. So, when he came, Raghunath Das, to Vrindavan, it is said that Rup and Sanatan, they emanated love and the sobriety and the seriousness in spiritual life. And he was reminded of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu by seeing them. They were such a high quality Vaishnavas. That is how he could pacify his heart feeling separation for Lord Chaitanya. So therefore, each of us have a very, very big responsibility in the society that we represent the Srila Prabhupada and Prabhupada disciples and carry forward this movement in a pure manner. Then to the degree we manifest, Guru Parampara properly, then the Krishna Shakti will accordingly come, correct? Manifest. So we should know that preaching is not done by becoming a very eloquent speaker. Some people are going for some public speaking courses. How you should move the hand, how you should keep your smile on your face, and how you should have eye contact, how you should attract the people, how you should begin and how you should end. These are all skill sets and some kind of learning which is only worth the 5% or 10%. But the 90% value, where does it come from? You prepare a very golden heart where the Krishna Shakti will be awarded by Guru and Guru Parampara. Then when the Krishna Shakti is awarded, like Prabhupada's accent wasn't very great when he went to America. It was very highly Bengali accented. And he was often not a young boy, he was an old man. Nor was he very much attentive about the gestures he used, or the smile on the face, or the eye contact. Where is it coming from? You mute them. Yeah. Prabhupada was not very much, he was not very attentive about these details, was he? These are the last things you'd ever worried. He just plainly spoke the truth. Yeah. And nor was he considering if I say this, what will they think or anything like that. He just spoke straightforward. So that goes to show how much is the power of purity. How much is the power of purity, sanctity, holiness. So therefore, that's Krishna Shakti, you see. Then from such devotees, we can gain the jewel, the mantra, the medicine, he says. So, going to the verse now, let us go to the verse. See, here he says, Vyamomha Rashama Aushadam. See, moha means what? Illusion. Illusion means to consider the impure thing to be pure and pure thing to be impure. Temporary thing to be permanent, permanent thing to be temporary. Suffering giving thing to be enjoyable, and true happiness or true enjoyment to be suffering. That is called moha. For example, Prabhupada says, the conditioned souls, they are so foolish and so mad that the target is sex life. And Prabhupada says the impure part of the body is the genitals. And that is the target of a conditioned soul. You can see that how impure it is. He is considering that to be very great. He is valuing something which is worst in the body. If you ask the doctors, they will tell you in the front and back there are millions of germs. It's a dirty body. But the conditioned soul considers that to be very worshipable. Such a dirty material body to be most worshipable like that. That is a moha. So, because Prabhupada says this, I told you, but plainly we cannot tell in many places about it. They'll get hurt, isn't it? That's why I give another more simpler example. Like a boy, he identified a kerchief of a girl, beautiful girl from the class right now. And he thought he got something more sacred. He told all the boys, hey, I got her kerchief. It's like tadiya, It's like some paraphernalia of the girl. Yeah, life achievement. And next day morning he met her and said, Madam, you forgot your kerchief. She said, thank you. And she took it. And he thought that I got a chance to talk to her. But what does the kerchief contain? All the stuff of her nose. But he considered that to be very great. And that is called moha. Illusion means considering an impure thing to be very, very special. What is so special about it? Think about it. On the other hand, if somebody gives one small portion of the Lord's cloth or large ornament, you would say, what is so great about it? Kya badi baat hai? Correct, no? That is not very appealing. And that Lord is the Lord possessing ocean of, opulences, beauty. This girl's beauty is not even 1 millionth of the Lord's beauty. Correct, no? Because ultimately this jiva is whose part and parcel? So he is not having value for Lord who is oceanic in proportion, in beauty and everything. But he is attracted to one tiny jiva. That is his moha. Correct, no? It's moha-grasta jiva. That's why vyamoha means, that means he's considering impure to be pure, temporary to be permanent, and that which is pain-producing to be bliss-producing. Like that. Like for example, most people in their home, in the place where you have an altar now, they will have a TV there.
Yeah.
Correct, no? Big screen TV. Everybody, you will see that mother, father, grandfather, everybody sits and watches. Correct, no? You will see that. So the big television screen represents big materialistic life. And big altar represents big spiritual life. Correct, no? It's very obvious. See, if you are giving Lord this place to stand and you garland Him, you worship Him, you clean the altar, you offer Him flowers, offer Him fruits, offer Him bhoga. Then you are doing mantra uchar and everything, and then you are also singing and dancing. You are putting up festivals for the Lord and welcoming people and feeding prasad. That means the culture is what culture? Spiritual culture. Correct, no? On the other hand, you have a big television screen here. People, when they come back from the office, come back from the school, everybody switches on the TV, different channels you go, isn't it? They consider this television is the source of our bliss. As if it's yeah, is it not true? They consider whole life they are absorbed in illusion. Correct, no? On the other hand, we are actually, by worshipping the Lord, we are coming out of illusion. You can see it's dramatically opposite. So therefore, vyamoha means to come out of this illusion, what is temporary, what is permanent, we're not knowing the difference. What does the holy name do? Prashama. It pacifies this type of illusion. That means the illusion, it's like switching on a tube light in a dark room. Everything you can see as they are. Clearly you can see. So right now, all of you can see that when you come into Krishna consciousness, slowly the truth is, awakening. More the truth is awakening, you can see, oh, this is not, just like, for example, any of you were attracted to junk food and you developed obesity, for example, I'm saying. And then you went to doctor, he told you to do many, many things. Then you start seeing from the doctor's eye. You understand that, oh, this obesity is horrible. It's all coming from junk food. I should eat very simple food. So I should eat salads. Nowadays, even many, many educated managers and other people are now very careful about the choice of food, correct, no? Yeah, what to eat. Similarly, in those days, many people I've seen in airport, if you see, everybody will go into the lift or the escalator. But now many people come down the steps. They walk. Even the escalator is going side by side. Still they walk up, they walk down, because they are very conscious that every day you have to walk 10,000 steps at least. Every day you have to walk, correct, no? Yeah, correct. It keeps a count, correct, no? So people become conscious. That means just as these guys are now seeing from a doctor's eye about what is good health and not, same way you have to see the world from a spiritual angle. That is called Shastra Chakshu, correct, no? Because you are very conscious now. You know that otherwise, if you don't do this healthy things, you are going to become like a zombie absorbed in machine all the time. People are nowadays waking up slowly. They're coming to understanding where to be more careful. Same. In the same manner in spiritual life, when the moha is brought down, then your eyes open. Like just like that, Chintamani is chastised that fellow. What is his name? Billa Mangal. Then he came to his senses. My Lord, I am chasing after the skin of a woman. How foolish I am. It is simply rotting skin, rotting body. Today it is young, tomorrow it gets old, and then it will be burned. I'm chasing after this body of a woman. He told her that I am going to Vrindavan immediately, and then he became a pure devotee eventually. That means his moha was finished. So how can our moha be finished? One of the ways to destroy moha is to get a chastisement from an advanced devotee. Vidura chastised who? Dhritarashtra. Chintamani chastised? Billamangal Thakur. Krishna chastised? Crying Arjuna. Correct, no? Kutaswa kashmalavidam vishame samupastitam anaryajishtam asvargyam akirtikaram Arjuna, he said. Isn't it? Yeah, Krishna chastised Arjuna, and similarly Angira and Narada both together chastised Chitraketu Maharaj. My dear king, Was this boy your son before? Is this boy going to be your son forever? In the interim period, he has become your son, just like yatha prayanti samyanti sroto vegena balukaha samyujjante viyujjante tatha kalena dekhina. Just like the leaves falling from a tree in a river, they come together and they get separated, never to meet again. The living entities come together and in the form of a family, mother, father, son, daughter, and everything. They get separated, never to meet again. Then why are you considering this person to be your son? It is a jiva which has come from some other place, and he stayed for a while and he went away, just like in a restaurant. People sit on a table and they eat and then they all go to different places. Yeah, similarly in a lodge, people come and occupy different rooms and then they all push off later on. So in this way, they chastised them to wake up to. So they were trying to pacify the moha, illusion. Because of illusion, he was crying. Huh? After he woke up to the knowledge, then no more crying. He became an initiated devotee of Narada. After subsequently, yeah. So the moha, one way to destroy the moha is chastisement. Another way to destroy moha is when a person has a great affection for a great soul. Like Mrigari had a great affection for Narada. Dhruva also had a great affection for Narada. So when you have affection, then you follow the instruction. If you have no affection, if you're not following instruction, the affection is sentimental. If somebody has a sentimental affection, then they will say, "Oh, I love that Maharaj so much. Only I won't do what he says." But what kind of affection is that? It is simply sentimental. But the real, genuine affection means you faithfully follow what they say. Mrigari followed. Narada told him, break the bow. He broke the bow. Dhruva was also given instruction to go to forest and he did, and he saw Lord Vishnu. So in this way, by chastisement from a great soul or affection for a great soul or chanting of the holy name, chanting of the holy name also purifies the heart and gradually gets us out of moha. Vyamoha prashama aushadam. It's a medicine for destroying our illusion. So, how many of you feel that although we have studied so many books, we know so much philosophy, time to time we get bewildered by Maya? Yeah, correct, no? Yeah. So one devotee asked Prabhupada, Prabhupada, although we are devotees, sometimes we become allured by Maya. Prabhupada said, only sometimes? You are all the time in Maya and sometimes you are Krishna conscious. Little time you are Krishna conscious, but mostly you are Maya conscious, Prabhupada said. That is why you are suffering in this world. And we have to increase the proportion of Krishna conscious time. So in this world, we have parallelly two track going on. We are a little bit Krishna conscious, sometimes Maya conscious, Krishna conscious. We are jumping, hopping and jumping back and forth like this. Therefore, we have to chant and keep taking this herbal medicine, he is saying, Aushadam. When you keep taking this medicine of the holy name, gradually the moha will go away. And second thing is Muni Mano Vritti Pravritti Aushadam. For the sages, Vritti means the functioning, Pravritti, it initiates the Muni. Muni means the sages. What is the speciality of a Muni? A Muni is a thinker. Muni means a contemplator, thinker, reflector. He has the ability to analyze things and arrive at a conclusion. But amongst the Munis, the best Muni is Stitadhir Muni. One whose intelligence has become fixed, like Narada Muni, steady. Tasya prajna pratishtita, he says. So he's a perfect Muni. So when one chants the holy name inspires us with the ability to think about the spiritual knowledge and expand spiritual knowledge and solidify the spiritual knowledge and become steady in our spiritual life. So otherwise, many of us, before coming to Krishna consciousness, we were very, very dull-headed. We may not be able to think also. We were almost like zombies. You can see many zombies walking on the road. You can see in Kali Yuga, you can see that. They are almost dead. They do going on a rut, we say, correct, no? Going on a rat race or going on a rut, both are same only. They are in race also and they are going in the same rut also. Everybody study in the school, then go to college, get a job. Coding. They keep doing that. Make money. Like that. Climb up the ladder of success, climb the ladder. And then get married, get children, die, and gone one day. And you don't know where are you going after that. Whole world is in the same rat race, you will see that. And we were also in that only, correct, no? You would be going. But now you have started thinking about life now. Who am I? Why am I in this world? Why am I suffering? What is birth? What is death? What is soul? What is body? What is material world? What is spiritual world? So that ability has been awarded to you by the holy name. He's saying by chanting of the holy name. Yeah. And then he's saying, Daitya, Indra, Arti. The demons give suffering to the demigods. Correct, no? Yeah. So Daityendra Artikara Aushadam. Uh, actually, it's a medicine. When the demons give suffering to the demigods, when the demigods chant the holy name, the demons are defeated by that. Jai Shri Ram! Like that, Vanaras chanted, and then they plucked out trees and took boulders and threw on them. Correct? No? And the demons were defeated. Huh? On the other hand, the demons had a very, very powerful weapons also. They had a lot of high technology weapons also. Not only that, they had Mayavi powers also. They could go in the sky and disappear. From there, they can shower, animals sometimes, tigers and lions and deers and elephants and all. Sometimes they were showering stool and urine and mucus and pus and bile and everything. Sometimes they showered lances and spears and maces and swords. And all kinds of weapons also sometimes. So the demons have this kind of Maya ability. Just like nowadays you see in this 3D movies and all you see, they show, no? There are many things you do nowadays with gimmicks with electronics, correct, no? You do with the computer nowadays, many, many things. So just as right now they are only doing in a computer, in those days they had the Maya Shakti to do such things right in front of you. Correct, no? They were producing such kinds of things. Like nowadays, the video games they play, so many, different type of games are there, correct, no? But there in those days, by the mantra powers, they had the material mantra powers. Prabhupada says that mantra is a subtle matter, which they used beyond the earth, water, fire, or ether. It's a subtle material mantras they had by which they produce such things. But the devotees, like for example, Dhruva Maharaj, he was told by the sages in the Akash Marg, chant the name of Narayana, you will be saved. And he chanted Narayana's name, and immediately all those illusions were dispelled in a moment, completely. Similarly, you also find in the Mahabharata war also, once when they were attacking with one Vaishnava bond, there was one one particular arrow. When that was targeted on the Pandavas, so Lord Krishna told them, Bhima, Arjuna, the Pandavas, that this arrow is very, very powerful than even Nagastra also. This is Vaishnavastra. He said, this will only not attack you if you bow down. But Bhima was not ready to bow down, so Krishna gave him a beating also. And Bhima also fell down. The Vaishnavastra went off. Because the only way you can attack it is bow down, not fight against it. So there are many, many different astras which act in different ways. Yeah. So he's saying that when the demons are sending all those weapons and everything, how can the demigods be protected? They have to chant the holy name. Just like you may be aware, Indra was put the Narayan Kavach shield, correct, no? What type of shield is that? It is actually mantra, it is. They would touch different parts, like we say, no, Keshvaya Nama, Narayana Nama, Madhavaya Nama, Govinda. We do that, no? So you touch different portions of the body and put a tilak, and you also chant a mantra, name of the Lord you chant. So they did the same thing for him. They touched the sacred waters and touched different parts of his body and put that kavacha. When you're going with that kavacha, no dangerous forces can act on you. Just like the Shabaras in Jagannath Puri, Shaman was telling, he saw it with his own eyes. He was telling that they keep the pigs and they draw a circle and they chant a mantra and leave it and go. The pigs cannot go out of the circle. They will remain there only. The Shabara community people have that power. There are dozen pigs, they will keep roaming within the circle only. They'll never be able to go out. And you may wonder where there is fence. There is no fence. There's a mantra fence. There's a mantra fence, they cannot go out. Similarly, when you chant the mantra, it gives you a protective armor which cannot be visible to the naked eyes. But the external forces like the ghosts and spirits and hobgoblins and billi, shunya, all those things, when they come near, they'll get resistance. Immediately they'll go away. Like that he's saying. So the Daityendra Artikara Aushadam, he's saying, Tribhuvane, in all the three worlds, Sanjeevanaika Aushadam. Therefore, in our Pune, we have given the preaching, new people preaching department, I gave the name Sanjeevani. From here only I got it. Right now, why Sanjeevani? Because Sanjeevani brings a dead person back to life. Similarly, new people are generally dead. They are dead to spiritual life, correct? No? They are always absorbed in material goals and material roles and everything. But now, when they come to Krishna consciousness, they get a new air to breathe. Huh? Chanting the holy name and taking prasad. It's a new world altogether. Huh? So we gave the name Sanjeevani for that. So just like Sanjeevani wakes up a sleeping, dead person. Similarly, the holy name is a spiritual Sanjeevani, which wakes up the sleeping souls. Jiva jago, Gaura Chanda bole, Jiva jago, Gaura Chandra bole, Kota Nidra Java Maya, Pishatira Kole, Kota Nidra. Baje mo bolia yeshe samtara vitore samtara vitore bhuliya rohile tumi avidyar bhare তোমার রহিতে আমি হয়নো অবতারা আমি বিনা বন্ধু আরো কে আছে তোমারা Tendency औषधि माया दासी बारो लागी हरि नाम महामंत्र लो तो विमागी भक्ति विनोद प्रभु शरणे पुरिया जय हरि नाम मंत्र जय लावगिया Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Nitai Gauranga Jaya Nitai Gauranga Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. So in this song is saying how the soul is sleeping, and by the And then Lord Chaitanya is coming and he's waking up the sleeping soul, saying that, hey, you're sleeping on the lap of which of Maya. And she's sharpening the knife to cut your throat, and you're peacefully sleeping. Before she can sharpen the knife, you get up and run away. Save your life. And how do you save the life? How can you be woken up? Therefore, I have brought you the medicine which wakes up the sleeping souls. What is that medicine? Harina Mahamantra, he says. So, but he says, Loilo Magiya, you have to ask me, then only I'll give you. Which means, Harinam Sankirtan, without people asking, we give the holy name freely. Whereas if they want Diksha, for that you have to go and ask the Guru, please give me Diksha. Only then Diksha should be given. You cannot catch anybody and just give Diksha. Some Gurus, what they do, they take a syringe and throw water and say, now you are all my disciples. No. That is the wrong way. According to Vaishnava Sampradaya, the disciple should go and beg the Guru. Last 3 years I am chanting 16 rounds, I am following 4x. Please, Guru, Gurudev, please give me Diksha. Only then Diksha should be given. It should not be given randomly, foolish. Bhaktatyanta hita aushadam. The chanting of the holy name is given for the absolute benefit of the devotee. It's called as Sarva Roga Nivarani. Why the word absolute is used, I will tell you. First, the holy name, when you chant the holy name, it gives you a sense of calmness. We all have experience when we were students. We were burning in the fire of material existence. When we chanted the holy name, it makes your mind a little calm, cool. It's very rhythmic. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. It calms you immediately. So then you are agreeable to chant 1 round or 2 rounds every day. And then as you chant, the chanting then starts showing you that, hey, the way you are leading your life, there are many wrong things you are doing, sinful things you are doing. These are not proper. It makes you think. You start thinking about the way you are leading your life. And then the whole name inspires you to associate with devotees. Then I'll just show you one thing. There's a song by Bhaktivinoda Thakur, very, very beautiful song. That song, don't know if you read this, powerful it is. Read it.
Whether chanted correctly or incorrectly, knowingly or unknowingly, carefully or carelessly, the all-powerful name of Krishna will always give results. The unlimited glories of the holy name cannot be understood with logic, reason, or intellect. Only by faith, devotion, and constant chanting can one realize the greatness of Sri Nam.
Many times when you chant, you don't even know what is happening to you. It's like blackout many times. There's no feeling, there's no prayer many times. Sometimes there's a feeling. Actually, if you don't get taste any time, you won't be here also. You would have already gone away. Some days the chanting is good. You feel some joy in chanting. But many days there may be challenges. So therefore, with logic, reason, or intellect and all, we cannot explain.
Great devotion and constant chanting can one realize the greatness of Sri Nam. In this dark age of Kali, Krishna Nam is the easiest, quickest, safest, and surest way to attain spiritual perfection in love of God. In the matter of self-realization, Nam Jap is the king of all sadhanas. Chanting Krishna's sweet names purifies the heart, sanctifies and steadies the mind, destroys the 6 enemies, lust, anger, greed, envy, illusion, madness, stops birth and death, dissolves sins, scorches samskaras, annihilates attachment, induces detachment, uproots desires, empowers one, makes one fearless, removes illusion, bestows supreme peace, delivers prem, reveals the Lord and his dham, shows one swarupa, showers bhakti ras, and engage one in his nitya seva for the pleasure of Radha Shyama.
Amazing, na? What it does. You all can repeat one sentence, I'll tell you. Chanting of the holy name destroys sinful reactions, stops the sinful activities, resists the sinful tendencies, and uproots ignorance. So 4 things it does, if you see. Like, first, it destroys your sinful reaction. Just like you have a neem tree and a king has ordered you that you have to eat all the neem fruits. Because you only made this tree, you eat all the neem fruits. You are crying already. Even 1 or 2 is so bad. How will I eat? And somebody comes with a scissor and clips all the neem seeds and takes it away. That's like destroying the sinful reactions, which are coming out in the body. Some reaction is coming as a wound in the knee, something is coming as a cancer in the body. or some kidney failure and things like that. So they are all coming as suffering in the body. That is stopped first. First, prarabdha karmas are stopped. And then the sins itself is stopped. The sinful reactions are destroyed, but the sins are stopped means somebody was eating meat for many, many years. After starting chanting, they stopped eating meat. That means they stopped the sinful activity. It stops the sinful activities. And then it resists the sinful proclivity called kutam. For example, sometimes you have given up certain sins, but you have tendency for it. You're liking for it. Whereas there are some sinful activities, you lost the liking also for it. That is that the chanting will do that also. And finally, the chanting will uproot ignorance, the root cause of all these things. Then it will clearly give you realization you are not the body, you are the soul. And then it takes you further. That takes the soul. That's what is in the song here. There's a song, you can repeat this song. Ishadvikasi punaha dekaya nija rupa guna Chita hari loya Krishna pas Purna vikasita hoya Braje more jaya loya Dekaye more swarupa vilas Mora siddha deha diya Krishna base rakhe giya Ye deher kore sarvanash. So he's saying, such is the power. Read that.
Such is the power.
Such is the power he manifests that when his holy name starts to blossom a little further.
Because he means when it blossoms further. When the holy name blossoms a little more, then what happens?
It then reveals his own divine form and quality.
Dekaya nija rupa guna. It shows you, you are not only a soul, you see your swarupa only. Krishna swarupa. Then it reveals our swarupa. And also, and then how Krishna deals with me in different rasas, 5 rasas, that is revealed. More siddha deha diya. Right now we have sadhana deha. Then the holy name awards us siddha deha, which is spiritual body. Krishna paase rakhe giya. In that spiritual body, the holy name takes me very close to Krishna in the spiritual world. Ye deha rakore sarvanash. Then the material body and the subtle body are all destroyed. They are all finished and left behind in the material world. In this way, the soul attains its ultimate glory. Like that is saying. In this way, so here we read in the previous para about how the holy name, it destroys the 6 anartha, stops the birth and death, dissolves sins, karcha sanskaras, annihilates attachments, induces detachment, uproots disease, empowers us and makes us fearless, brings peace, delivers prema, reveals the Lord, His Dham, shows our Swarupa, showers Bhakti Rasa, engages us in Nitya Seva. Amazing, no? This is the power of the holy name. That's what he's saying. That is, Shreya Praptikara Aushadam. The supreme good is awarded by the holy name. Not only it destroys the unwanted things, it also awards the highest thing. Like many times jnanis are trying to get rid of attachments, but they don't know what is ultimate attainment. But holy name awards both. It awards you detachment also and attainment of the highest reward of Krishna and Krishna Seva. Therefore he is saying to his mind, Pibamana, oh my dear mind, drink the nectar of Krishna's holy name, which is the greatest medicine. Please read this.
O mind, please drink the transcendental medicine of Sri Krishna's glories. It is the perfect medicine for curing the disease of bewilderment, for inspiring sages to engage their minds in meditation.
That means the Muni initially is analyzing, comparing, contrasting, evaluating, analyzing. That is the ability. And the result of such analysis is one falls in love with Krishna. Just like a boy is saying, who is this girl? What's her name? Which city she belongs to? What language she speaks? Finally, you will see him married to the girl. Correct, no? Because he was researching. Too much if you research, you will go behind. Correct, no? So when one, of course, we are living in the world of Maya, so one can be attracted by Maya to anybody. Whereas when one gets attracted to Krishna like that, initially the Munis who were trying to research Krishna, they ended up becoming lovers of Krishna. Like example is 4 Kumaras. Correct, no? They were researching, what is this Vaikuntha? Let us go and check. Actually, Prabhupada says the students of Krishna conscious movement are busy in what work? In researching about the absolute truth. The more you study the Shastra and research about Krishna, that's a very worthy pursuit because pure thing, the more you research about the pure thing, you will fall in love with the ultimate truth and ultimate beauty. Yeah, go ahead.
Indeed, it is the only medicine that can destroy one's fear of material existence and lead one to the attainment of the supreme good.
Therefore, the greatest gift the Guru gives to disciple is the chanting of holy name. And if you have holy name, everything else will follow. Like in Bhagavatam, it is said, if you chant holy name, you get 4 gifts. What are they? You get association of devotees, isn't it? And you get knowledge about devotional service. You get engagement in seva. And then Vaikuntha, Vas, you get all the 4. In your life, for example, all of you continued chanting. You didn't give up. If you gave up, you won't be here. But if you continuously, regularly chant day after day, what happens? You get association of devotees, correct, no? Initially, you were taking association only once a week. But later on, now you're getting daily association. Now you get moment after moment association. And only we should not take it for granted. Correct, no? Isn't it? We are surrounded by devotees everywhere we go. Yeah. I was thinking when I was working in the Mater and Pratt pumps company, my boss told me, we are sending you to Germany. What will I see in Germany? You will see German pumps. And after that, you will send it to Australia. Australia, what will I see? You will see Australian pumps. Yeah. So I will only get pumps darshan. Wherever I go. And different multi-stage pumps, this pump, that pump. Later on, I left that company and joined another boiler company. They said, we will also send you abroad. What? Babcock and Wilcox boilers. I was doing some machine design programming. I will see different type of boilers. So I thought instead of getting darshan of pumps and boilers, I will join ISKCON. Here I can go to Mayapur and see Radha Madhav darshan. Go to Vrindavan and see Radha Shyamsundar darshan. Come to Pune and see Radha Vrindavan darshan. Because this darshan is worthy darshan, correct, no? Come to Hyderabad and see Radha Madan Mohan darshan. So, that's what, when you chant the holy name, you get association of devotees and you also get knowledge of devotional service, which you are getting regularly. Daily morning you are hearing, you are reading a Prabhupada's books, groups and everything, you are getting that also. Then you get chance to do seva. Seva you get or not? More than wanted, correct, no? Abundant service you get. And the 4th one is now in pending now, which is Vaikuntha aeroplane coming and taking you. You just keep doing these 3 things, then Vaikuntha plane will take you. You don't have to worry separately. Shri Prabhupada ki, Bhakta Vrinda ki. We're late now. 5 minutes I can take questions. Any questions? I'll bring the prices. Quickly ask the question till the prices come. Anybody? Yeah, here there's a hand.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. In the Prabhupada's purport to the holy name, he says, as much as possible, we should hear from holy name, and non-devotees like serpent touching.
Yeah.
And similarly, here also we saw that we should not hear from non-devotees. But Krishna is like absolute.
See, if you see, there is one movie song, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, like that song now. That's one song he must have sang. That is the old one also. That one is our Dhammaradam song. But recently, after that, some years, 4-5 years ago, one more movie came. Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram. Which means he is not singing the Mahamantra properly. You have seen that he is just messing up the words. You observed that? So, which means when the karmis sing, they cook up many things. They cook up also. Many things in the same manner, different names when they sing also. They will add also many. Sai Ram, Sai Sham, they put your sins. So they are making some. Sai Ram said that he is actually a devotee of Krishna, but they made him God. Correct, no? So they think the tune is very nice, very singing, but then they are singing something which is erratic in the meaning. They are making him as Ram and Krishna, which is not acceptable. So therefore, we should not hear from such people because they make human into God, or they don't accept the Shastric verdict of how we should sing the holy name. This is the Mahamantra, this is the way you should sing. But they concoct. They have a tendency to concoct and speculate. So we don't hear from them. That's one reason. Another reason, Mayavad is because they're envious of Krishna. So for example, anybody offers you food who is envious of Krishna, you will also develop envy if you eat from their hands. Similarly, if you are accepting holy name from somebody who is envious of Krishna, then that holy name is called as Pratibimba Namabhas. There are two Namabhas, Chaya Namabhas, Pratibimba Namabhas. Pratibimba Namabhas is very dangerous because Mayavadi giving the holy name is like a sun reflecting in the water. The water also, sun appears to be shining, but the sun is it inside the water? No. So, and the sun and the water is disconnected from the sun. Whereas the tree that is in the bank of a river, that's called a Chaya Namabhas, which means shadow. The shadow is connected to the original object. Correct, no? Whereas the sun is not connected to the sun and the water. So the Mayavad is avoiding the whole name is like that. Pratibimba Namabhas, which is enviously chanted name. Huh? So the Chaya Namabhas is actually better. That means Vaishnava, even though he may not be very advanced, we can accept holy name from a Vaishnava. Because Vaishnava is progressing. And a Vaishnava is not anti-Krishna. Correct, no? That is why these things are said. Like we play and all. Even though a singer may be a very sweet singer, but if he is envious of the Lord Krishna, then we should not hear from them. Like in ISKCON, I don't want to mention the name. In those days, they used to call different singers, like Anup Jalota and other people, they used to call, many people. So one famous singer they used to call for performing during the Janmashtami time, and if that fellow comes, big crowd would come. 20,000, 50,000 people would come to watch. But then that person was found to be singing on Janmashtami day after drinking liquor. He drank behind the stage and people saw the smell and somebody criticized. And then they said, ISKCON people, how are you inviting them? That was the end. After that, we don't call anybody. Because, a devotee will never do that. A devotee will not drink and sing, Because for these people, it's like a performance. It's not done with devotion. Correct, no? Although their voice may be very sweet. So, therefore, we should... Bhaktivinoda Thakur appreciated if a devotee is singing with the right attitude, that's more important than the sweet voice alone. It's clear? Srila Prabhupada ki knowledge prizes. You have a question? Give the mic to him. Quick. Short question, give short answer, okay?
You said that we shouldn't accept Mayavadi philosophy, but then they're also considered as spiritualists.
They are also considered as?
Spiritualists.
Yeah.
But how can a person be spiritualist and be envious to the source of all spirit?
Therefore, you should read the 7th canto. There are 5 types of dharmas. Paradharma, Vedharma, like that there are Chala Dharma. Dharma also there are different types of dharmas. 5 types of dharmas are there. The Chala Dharma people, they misinterpret the scriptures, although they are also spiritualists, which are actually Mayavadis. Because Mayavadis' desire is to become God. Therefore, they will even meddle with the scriptures. They will explain the scripture in such a way that ultimately they will want to prove that I am only God. Correct, no? That is one type of spiritualist also. No? Like, for example, you find everywhere, like a good organization also has some bad people, correct? No? In the path of spiritual life and religion also, some people have come with ulterior motives. Krishna says that. Like, for example, there is a Sukritina, Dushkritina, correct, no? Namam Dushkritino, Mudha, Prapadyante, Adama, Maya, Apahrita, Jnana. The third category, he says, why these people are called Dushkriti? Dushkriti means they are perverted genius. They are very intelligent, but they use their intelligence for misinterpreting scriptures. And devotee may not be so intelligent like them, but the devotee is not envious of the Lord. Otherwise, why Krishna is saying, Idam tute guhyatamam pravakshyami, what he says? Anasuyave. Arjuna, you are non-envious of me. Therefore, I am giving this Gita to you. Bhaktosime sakacheti. But Mayavadis, they are not Bhaktosime sakacheti. They are not Anasuyave. So therefore, Krishna says that Avajanantimam Mudha, he says. So you should read Ishopanishad. There it's Andam Tamap Parvishanti ye Asambhutim Upasate Tato Bhuya Ivate Tamo Yavu Sambhutyagum Rataha. Anyadahura Vidyaya. What's that first line? So you should Vidyamcha. So these are 2-3 verses. If you read, hear the lectures, you will become very clear about this. It will become crystal clear. Let's give prizes now.